Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the third edition of the Freeride Junior World Championships here in Grandvalira, Andorra. The Principality of Andorra, located in the heart of the Pyrenees Mountains, nestled between France and Spain. And as you can see, Grandvalira has been blessed with fantastic snow conditions since the beginning of the winter. We are here today to watch 60 of the world's finest junior freeriders, 18 years and under, battle it out in skiing and snowboarding. I'm Dave Mailman, joined by our 2012 Freeride World Tour men's ski champion, Reini Barkred, out of Sweden, to talk you through all the action here in Grandvalira. Reini, welcome to Andorra.
Thank you, Dave. Really happy to be back.
And we are happy to be here, bringing you all the action from Grandvalira. And the first category in today is the snowboard women.
Okay, so now it's the turn for Jenna Poller from the United States.
Okay, Jenna Poller, or Jenna Poller, our first lady in, 17-year-old. Finished in 4th position here last year, 2nd in the American rankings, North America and South America on course. Difficult conditions here today, Reini.
Yeah, for sure. You see there's a little bit of a flat light and yeah, variable snow conditions, but these riders know what they're doing.
Well, this is her 2nd year competing here at these Junior World Championships in Grandvalira. She also won the IFSA Junior Champs in Whistler in 2016. Whistler's another place where snow conditions can be variable, and visibility, depending if there's a lot of snow falling, can be pretty interesting. And well, she is taking her time and playing it safe, I think, is the best way to describe this run so far.
Yeah, you know, it's challenging in these light conditions too. You can't really make out if it really goes up or down, making these big open areas more challenging than they normally would. But we're gonna see as soon as they get in among some bushes and rocks, they get the bearing a little bit better and pick up speed, as we can see.
Well, nice style, just cruising in here. Yeah, a little bit more definition in the face.
Yeah. We'll see if she can find some good features in here. It's coming down like the main gut on the looker's right side. Yeah.
Well, she really is one of our favorites. Once again, finished 4th here last year.
Yeah, nice stable riding, playing it smart.
Yeah, you definitely want to stay on your feet, and in conditions like this, I guess.
Oh yeah,
playing it safe is a good way to assure yourself of well, maybe not assure yourself of a podium spot, but
good result for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so first rider down the mountain, 52 points.
It's a good job.
Next up, our 2nd American, Stacy Gaskell, 16 years young, did not compete here last year, but was at the top of the rankings for the Americas in 2016. So looking at her stats, she is a definite favorite and finished 2nd at the IFSA Junior Champs in 2016 in Whistler. So another favorite on paper.
Sure. See how she handles these conditions. It looks like the light have gone down a little bit. But yeah, she's making very easily through that top steeper technical section. A little white room there.
Seems to be riding a tiny bit quicker than her compatriot Jenna.
Yeah, she looks confident, and she's staying where she has a little bit more definition, a little more rocks and stuff around her. Very smart in conditions like, oh, you can see that.
Yeah, almost lost it there, but still on her feet.
Snow looks quite variable too.
It definitely is. Between the variable snow and the spotty visual conditions as well, it's not a complete whiteout day, otherwise we wouldn't be running the contest, but it's definitely cloudy.
It's definitely cloudy. But yeah, and a mountain like this, it definitely works. What could be challenging is to, from above, find where you were planning of going. I think that a lot of things, and you see that was a little compression that she probably just couldn't really see, so you have to be really on it the whole way down. But then again, I mean, you free ride in this type of conditions all the time.
Exactly. Will be interesting to see. She's really has more of an attacking style than Jenna, but there she did lose control and went down on the back seat. So be interesting to see how the judges. My overall impression of her riding is that this is a better run than Jenna's.
Oh, no. Shame.
Well, just as I said that, I guess I jinxed her.
Yeah. No, definitely aggressive, and you know you have to go for it. If you're aiming for those top spots, you have to gamble, and that happens. It's the game, you know.
Yes,
not
indeed.
too bad.
Well, unfortunately, there's a really good shot of the face, and as you can see, difficult to see even the top of the mountain.
Yeah. She's stoked though, having fun.
Yeah, no
friends.
doubt. Well, she had a good time, and she did go for it down the bottom. It was a go big or go home moment, and unfortunately for Stacy, 39.33, currently in second, but there's 5 more girls to come, so she probably... Yasmina Erta out of Italy. She is our reigning champion, won this event last year.
All right.
But funny,
aggressive.
This was the only event that she competed in 2016, and she won it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the way to go.
No doubt.
I don't compete often, but when I do,
I win.
Oh, yeah, she's enjoying herself. Oh, Rocky in there. Oh, she goes for the closeout zone. Exciting.
Okay. It's going to be a very big jump. Yeah. Oh,
all right.
She found a good line there.
Yeah, for sure. And of course, racing down the mountain.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Oh,
come on, stay on your feet.
So tough, a little bobble there.
She didn't completely lose control, so she realistically she's still got a.
Again, those little dips that it's hard to see. That in good light is no problem.
Exactly, but on a flat light day like this, it is not easy.
No.
When you're in those, as we said earlier, when there's no relief, no features to kind of guide you down there.
No, exactly.
You have no idea what's in front of you.
The only good thing, it's the same for everyone.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. So as long as it stays like that, it's all fair.
And with the weather forecast the way it is today, realistically, it's going to be pretty much the same conditions for everyone.
Yeah.
We don't see any blue sky on the horizon, so
no.
What you see is what you get, and that's exactly it. Everybody's dealing with the same conditions. Well, she had that one spill, but other than that,
it's been
a solid run from the 17-year-old Italian.
Yeah, for sure. She definitely got her line score up there in the top.
Now, of course, speed not a criteria, but that shows the confidence and technical level of riding.
Definitely.
So we do like to see the girls go quick, but at the same time, it's a fine balance between going fast and staying on your feet.
Very much so. Whoever can balance that the best usually wins.
All right, so Yasmina Erta, there we go, 15 points. So really solid up top.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, down the bottom, kind of lost it.
Yeah.
Okay, Heidi Farmer out of Canada, the only Canadian in the field, 15 years old. She is also our youngest lady in competition here, and ranked 3rd in the Region 1, the Americas. 3rd place at the Whistler IFSA Junior Champs in 2016.
Also going for that closeout zone. All right. Just looking for where to take off to get into that. Oh, very nicely done. Yes, really good riding so far.
Yeah, in spite of a few bobbles due to the visibility from all of the ladies, but yeah, Heidi seems to be enjoying herself.
Yeah, for sure. She's opting to go out far Lucas left. Could be a good move. There's a lot of reference in there. At the same time, it's probably a little bit like a maze coming from above to find your way.
Do you think they're managing to stick to the lines that they'd planned beforehand? Also, this event running a day earlier than it was actually supposed to. So
yeah, so the inspection time has not been
well,
it's been quick.
decreased by 24 hours exactly.
Yeah, so they do. Yeah, this lady is doing a great job finding a way. And you know, there's also the trick that if you do get lost, just don't show the judges that you lost. As long as they don't know.
Just keep heading downhill.
Exactly. But don't jump off something you don't know what it is.
No.
No, very, very solid riding here from Heidi so
Yeah.
far. This is looking really good.
Well, she has 2 wins under her belt in 2-star events on the North American Junior Tour.
Mm-hmm.
So she does know a thing or two about stepping up onto the top spot on the podium, and so far,
Look at that.
well, there we go. First lady on her feet all the way to the finish line, and logically in first place with a 60-point run, Canada's Heidi Farmer. Next up, Alba Teres Moli out of Spain, 17 years old, 8th place in last year's Europe, Asia, Oceania rankings. Her best result actually ever on the junior tour came this year. First place at the Eldorado Freeride junior event in Baquerebere in her home country of Spain. So she's on a bit of a roll, albeit a small one. Let's see if she can, how she's going to do here in Andorra.
Yeah, not really home mountain, but should be pretty close.
Home mountain range anyways.
Yeah, exactly. Which could be beneficial. This, I imagine, would be the hardest section to actually go through because you have no reference.
That's exactly it. No reference points whatsoever. Now she's coming back in to an area with a few more features.
Yeah.
Features, but not many big jumps to take so far.
No, I imagine that there's a little lack of takeoffs here and there, so you have to choose your features carefully. And also being airborne for a longer period of time when you don't have 100% visibility, it's really hard. But I'm sure we're going to see some people to commit to it. And
yes, indeed, as we go, as we move through the different categories over the course of the day here. Of course, men's and women's snowboarding and skiing. I'm sure some of the men's skiers are going to send it, and I'm sure some of the snowboarders as well.
Yeah. Going a little switch. Well, it shows good confidence.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
And once again, solid on her feet.
Yeah.
No stumbles so far.
No, definitely playing it smart. You riders know that in these conditions, you're gonna have a lot of unlucky small falls.
Yes, indeed. Well, especially
come here. Yeah, sit here.
Seeing the Americans go down. There we go. 50 points and 3rd position.
Really happy
for
to be
our
down.
Spanish lady. Yes, indeed. Big smile there.
Yeah.
Okay, out of Great Britain, this is Ellie Suter, 16 years old, and on the top of the Europe, Asia, Oceania rankings for 2016. Second at the Freeride Junior Tour Verbier 3-star event, and first at the 2-star event in Chamonix. So a couple of solid podium finishes from her last year.
No stranger to competition for sure.
No, definitely not. And so one of the, well, our women's snowboard field seems like almost every lady down the mountain, I say that she could be a favorite or she is a favorite.
Yeah.
But top of the European rankings for 2016. So definitely a rider to watch out for and doing a pretty good job of it so far.
Yeah, you can see why. Very, very confident riding, putting it on edge the whole time. And there realize, oh, you have to take it a little easy. There's still some invisible stuff there. Seems like she's opting for a little more lookish right side. Oh yeah, get some features in, and every little feature is important. Like if you have something in your way going down, just hit it. Judges are very much appreciating that. To use the terrain.
Yeah, and even if it's a small jump, it's still a jump. And the conditions we've seen today, well, Stacy Gaskill, the 16-year-old American, went for a jump earlier, but a little bit bigger, and she went down on the landing.
Yeah, probably a bit softer than she imagined. But this is a solid run. Yeah,
another little ollie there, nothing massive, but still getting the board off the snow.
Yeah, you know it's there.
That's exactly it.
Yeah, If it's there, don't go around it. And now, of course, you just don't sit down now.
Okay, well, there we go.
Nice. Oh, yeah.
Ellie Souter, okay, 55 points and second place for Ellie. Solid run. Tracy Fry out of Switzerland. First place on the Freeride Junior Tour, 3-star in Verbier last year. So rode well on her home mountain in 2016. Let's see what she's got for us. She did not.
No.
Oh.
I guess it's a high side, even on snowboard. On skis, I would say high side on that. Happens, you go a little too aggressive, you put too much pressure on the board or skis, and you sort of side flip yourself.
That's not the way she wanted to start things off here.
Oh.
Well, and in the criteria, a big tumble like that, especially from the start of the run, that pretty much she's going to get a score, but with a fall like that, she's not going to be on the podium.
No, it's definitely takes a score down. She can still build up a pretty decent score, so especially among snowboarders, it's good to keep riding and trying, because you know you're going to have usually a lot of falls in those categories, a little sit down or whatever. On skiing, of course, if you lose a ski, you have 0 points, so then you might as well cruise down.
Well, actually, you have to cruise down, because if you continue to ride the line that you've chosen, you have to take the rule book says you have to take the easiest and fastest way down to the bottom.
Yeah.
Same thing for in snowboarding. If they have to, for some reason, unbuckle, it's the same thing. They have to buckle back up and make it down to the bottom of the mountain as quickly as possible. And there's another spill from our only representative in women's snowboarding out of Switzerland.
And of course, all of that is just to make the show go on faster and don't take unnecessary risks.
Exactly, and to leave the snow conditions for the following riders as good as possible, because
they are your friends.
They are your friends. That is something that you guys are all competitors on tour. But at the end of the day, once you're down off the mountain, heck, even on the top of the mountain.
Yeah. Oh, look at this.
All
That's
right.
a cool shoot. I missed that. What she
There we
makes
go.
of it.
The Swiss mountain goat. Finding a new little line through the rocks there.
Yeah.
And the snow looks okay there too.
Yeah, it does. I think the wind has left
Blown some pockets.
Exactly. Probably in some of the landings on these bottom cliffs, you're gonna come from a little bit more wind affected into a deep powder pocket in the landing, which is good if you know about it.
Yeah, no doubt. You'd rather have a soft powdery landing than a hard one. And Tracy Frey, there we go. 25 points and 6th place for the young lady out of Switzerland. And we will be getting our rankings coming, our final standings. Here they are. Heidi Farmer out of Canada in the top spot, Ellie Soder out of Great Britain 2nd, and Jenna Poller out of the US of A in 3rd. And next up, the women's ski category. Here is our start list. 11 ladies will be coming down the face of the Pic Alt de Coubil. And we are ready to get things underway. The weather no better than it was for the women's snowboarders. Our first lady in, Ilona Carlot out of France, 18 years young. 3rd place here last year at this Freeride Junior World Championships, and 1st place on the Europe, Asia, Oceania rankings, the Freeride Junior Tour.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see now. It's usually easier to spot what kind of snow conditions you're dealing with on the skiers than on snowboarders. See how the skis act in the snow, but it looks pretty good.
Yeah, she's having a good go so far. Still taking it easy. You can tell visibility is still a bit of an issue.
Oh, definitely. I usually say that I'd rather take like really hard pack, but good visibility than powder and bad.
And here today, it's really a mixed bag as far as the snow goes, but there's a bit of powder. It's been snowing on and off for the last few days, and it's going to snow quite a bit over the next few days, which is why they moved the start date for the contest forward 24 hours.
Yeah, probably a good call. It's heavy winds coming in too, so it was kind of an hour never situation, and it actually, I mean, it's it's above acceptable conditions.
No,
to
no,
ride
for
it.
sure, for sure. The judges, the organization, and the guides, of course, would not send these kids down this face if the conditions really were dangerous. So
yeah, seems like she's trying to find her way here.
taking her time, just cruising, but solid on her feet.
Yep.
She had 2 first-place finishes last year, the 3-star Freeride Junior Tour event in Chamonix. Actually, she won both the events in Chamonix last year. There's a 3-star and a 2-star.
A good roll there.
Yeah, she took both of them and won a 2-star event in La Rosière in France as well.
Let's see what she's lining up here. And it could be a little flat landing there, but oh god, yeah, a bit flat.
Yeah, flat back seat, and down she goes. Well,
You have to go for it.
yeah, that's exactly it. You gotta give her points for giving it a try.
Yeah.
The judges will be docking her points for going down on the landing. Give a little wave of her pole to let everyone know she's okay.
Yeah.
Bit frustrated though, I would expect.
Oh, of course. I mean, she was in a good position to land, but it's too heavy. So we'll see. Some of those strokes might work if you come off it with a little bit more speed. Looks like it could be a little transition there in the landing a little bit further forward. But that's kind of hard to know if you're the first one to hit it.
Yep, that's exactly it. And that is it for Ilona Carlot, 18-year-old out of France. Bit disappointed. Next up, Alex Beswick, the Canadian 18-year-old, did not compete here last year.
And there is a bunny on her backpack.
Oh, that's great. How cute. 3rd place in the American rankings in Region 1 of our junior tour.
See if she's lining up for getting into that close-up little shoot. She's opting for the more open side entry.
Keeping her speed up, looking for a little jump here. Let's see if she got a better landing.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah, that was a good variation.
That was solid. And 2 wins in the Americas region for her last year. First at the Canadian Junior Free Skiing Champs at Red Mountain, and first place at the Junior Free Ski. 2-star event wins for Alex.
Yeah, coming into the lower section of the mountain now, I imagine it's really hard to find your way here, but it's actually she's a
little bobble there.
Yeah, same place we saw some of the snowboarder ladies have issues.
And it looks like the visibility may be a tiny bit better down below here because there's more features to make her way around, but the snow not nearly as good, and it looks a bit windy too.
Yeah, it does. It looks like on the start ridge that you definitely have a lot of wind up there, so I imagine there's some down here too.
Well, she's picking an interesting line.
I imagine you seeing it from on the inspection, it's like, oh yeah, there's a couple of big trees, I'm just aiming for those, and you come from above and it's like, oh, there's 100 big trees.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
It makes it really difficult.
Yeah, because I wouldn't say she's lost, but at the same time.
Oh, we'll go for a double. Oh wow. Oh no.
And she's lost her ski, and that's what we were speaking about during the women's snowboarding.
Yeah.
Is if the skiers lose a ski or the snowboarders have to unstrap. When you do lose a ski, unfortunately, you get the finish.
Yeah.
So that would be
Unfortunate.
equal last place.
Way to go for it though.
Yeah,
lining
definitely
up
she
a
was
double
charging
there.
for sure.
Yeah. I imagine it's the same landing there. That's a little bit on the flat side. It's a bit of a gamble. You roll the dice.
Yes, indeed. Well, next up, she is our reigning champion. Took out the title here in Grandvalira in 2016. This is Sinove Medus out of Norway.
No stranger for hard pack and flat light conditions.
Exactly. Feels right at home here, which is probably why she won this event last year.
Yeah. Still challenging, of course. See what area she's gonna go towards.
And what is funny is last year she only skied 3 events, this one, and a 2-star and a 1-star back home in Norway. And her best result was a 4th, so this is really pretty much the only big-time event that she skied last year, and she won it.
Right.
And she's doing a pretty decent job so far here today.
Yeah. You can see on the riding side a little bit. I've seen Synnøve ride before, and she definitely have a little hard time to see. She's a little bit hanging a little bit back to be prepared for any dips like the ones coming up. But yeah, again, I imagine this whole zone is gonna be like a maze when once you come into it. You think you know where everything is going to be, and you come from above and everything just looks the same. But she's finding like the main gut down. I imagine she is gonna try to go to some of the bigger cliffs a bit further down.
That's the zone she's heading into right now.
Yeah. Probably skiing down a couple more to find them.
A bit there, it's almost like she's doing a slalom course.
Yeah.
Skiing around gates, but the little rocks are the gates.
Oh
yeah.
Oh, found it. Oh no.
Oh, that was huge.
Yeah, she jumped off from like the very top of it. Tried to do a transfer down to that landing there, but unfortunately.
Yeah, well, that was a big bail, but both her skis are still on, so we'll see what she's obviously going to lose some points for going down on the landing, but that was a big jump.
Yeah, definitely.
For our reigning freeride junior world champion.
I see she ends up on a 50, so I think the jump canceled itself out big enough, but of course.
Exactly, but she needed to stay on her feet. So 50 points. Next up, Morgan Westphal, 18 years young, out of the US of A, 5th on the American rankings. And just if you're wondering, there's actually a ranking for Region 1, which is the Americas, North America and South America, and Region 2, Europe, Asia, and Oceania. So there is not one overall. This is the only event where there is a solid ranking where everybody is put together in one ranking field. So that's why it is the Freeride World Junior Champs, and she's doing a pretty good job so far.
Yeah, looking really good.
Okay, so
see what she's planning on at the bottom here. Through the big open snow field. I believe this is like where you make it or break it. Like if you're gonna get through this part to end up where you want to be. I imagine that the people from the top actually see this section, and maybe have seen that some riders have had difficulties here, so we see less mistakes for every rider that goes.
Yeah, because with that flat light and no features whatsoever, as we were saying during the women's snowboarders, there can be some little surprises. Any bump in the snow can really send you flying. And here she is into the bottom slalom section.
Yeah,
into the rock garden.
Okay, now we can update the results.
Drop that one.
Yeah. I wonder if it's hard to tell from our angle, of course, but I'm sure some of these cliffs actually doesn't have a ramp behind them, a way to get up.
Yeah, they look good from down below.
Exactly, and you come there
from up top. Yeah, it's not the same thing.
No, it could be a 90-degree stone wall, and if that's one of your main features, it's tough, so you have to improvise. But yeah, lining up the bottom section here, where it could be a little... Oh no!
Big compression.
Yeah.
Landing.
Like landed it good, and then just a compression down there. So disappointed. Disappointing, of course. You're at the bottom and almost finished.
And that's obviously with the light conditions. I'm going to say obviously, but it's a question. In the light condition, though, affecting the landing, because I don't think they see the transition.
No, for sure. You land and you probably a little bit in the back seat to be prepared for whatever comes, and if there's a compression there, you're not gonna be able to hold on.
Okay, and another American up after that 37-point ride from Morgan. This is Olivia Askew, 17 years old. Second place here last year.
This is one thing that the judge is really looking at too, that you link your turns and that you don't like side slip down. You actually keep turning, keep riding.
She's doing a good job of that here.
Yeah, very good job. Get the drop in there.
And the snow still looks all right up top, huh?
Yeah, for sure. It's good pockets of snow here and there. And can get your edges in.
Well, Olivia took first place at the snowboard IFSA Junior National event and fourth at the Whistler Junior Champs last year. So one of the top American skiers, or one of the top skiers out of the Americas.
Yep. Right into the lower section. There's some like wind formations down there too. Like you can't relax anywhere in the run. To be on it.
Looks like picking lines. This is the first time anyone's come down through this part of the bottom half of the face. Nice little jump there, and even on the small ones, those landings are tricky, huh?
Yeah, it is the visibility for sure. You're not pretty sure when you're actually gonna land. I mean, it's not necessarily dangerous. It's just very, very hard to do what you normally do.
Yes, indeed. Okay, and she's made it safe and sound down to the bottom in one piece and on 2 feet with both skis. So this should be a good run, and there it is.
There it is.
75 points in the top spot so far for Olivia Askew.
Yeah, very good top section.
Okay, Eva Batola out of Switzerland. 18-year-old, 11th place here last year and 2nd place in the Freeride Junior Tour rankings for Europe. No wins last year, but 2 podium finishes. 3-star events. 2nd in Fieberbrunn, 3rd in Chamonix.
It's good with consistent results. And yeah, skiing with good confidence. See what she has planned further down. Again.
Tricky middle bit.
Yeah, there's that ditch or dip or whatever is somewhere in there. We can't even see it from here. But I'm very impressed with the riding, that they're able to navigate and ride the way they are. It's cool to see.
It is not easy. There you go. She's spotted one feature. Okay, let's aim for that one.
Yeah, you know, it's there. And imagine also you come from above to one of the features. You see that there's a feature there, but it would be hard to know if is it a 1 meter or is it a 5. No, but yeah, linking up some good drops on the way down. It's very solid riding.
And fairly straight down the fall line as well. She hasn't gone all over the face, so the judges should like that one. And yeah, there we go, 68.66 in 2nd place.
I should be happy with that.
For the young lady out of Switzerland.
Number 13, CB
top.
5, 4,
another one of our
3,
Swiss contestants,
2, 1.
Sybil Langevin. 17 years old, did not compete here last year, but 3rd in the European rankings for 2016. Starting out well up top. Getting some solid carves in.
Yeah, for sure. She's going down to, yeah. She's in the main ramp down on the bookish right side. Really filled in over there. Good choice. But yeah, the weather is definitely coming and going a little bit. I'm sure I've been there myself, standing at the start, and you're like, oh, please be like a little window when I'm going.
Yeah, it does look like the visibility is a tiny bit better now than earlier, but that's it, really changing weather conditions here. There is no sun, but the cloud layer is thicker or thinner, and a little bit more or less wind.
Yep.
and even a few snowflakes falling as well. But once again, the
Okay,
reason
so
we
we were
ran
talking
today
with, in Gaton with
is because for the next few days it's going to be even
was the
windier
first, rider from
and
the
lots
team.
more snow. So really low visibility conditions coming up for the rest of the waiting period. So it was today or not at all. And the ladies so far putting on a pretty good show.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, everyone is used to riding in conditions like this. So, all going for the double there. Two other. So close, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that was the best result we've seen on that double. So
Yeah, definitely. At least she's she's still on her she's still on her feet, still got her skis on.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely any kind of sitting down on landing definitely gets us knocked down point-wise. So Sybil Grandjean, 55 points in third place currently. For the 17-year-old out of Switzerland, Elise Trappier from France, 18 years old. Fourth place on the European rankings, did not compete here last year. So her first time in competition here in Grandvalira, Andorra.
Seems to be going a little bit more lookish left side of the mountain. We have some unique line.
Two podium finishes for her last year. Second place at the 3-star in Verbier.
Coming up to a really tight shoot here. Let's see what she's doing with this. No problem through there. Nice.
Handled that really well.
Yeah.
Now out into the
abyss.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The vast expanse of white.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine what the riders are thinking. Going through that myself, it's like, oh god. Oh no!
And that is why that vast expanse of white is so tricky.
At the same time, you see the riders like, oh, I'm gonna gamble on it. I'm gonna go for it. To get those top spots, you have to. But very disappointing to have a crash like that, of course. Even though there's nothing you can do. It's you roll the dice, and sometimes it's in your favor.
Yeah, that's exactly it. That just shows how difficult these conditions can be, because literally that's just kind of skiing through what normally would be a really easy transition from one part of the face to the other.
No, for sure.
But today it becomes the trickiest part of the entire run.
Yeah, I think that's what the rider's gonna say when they come down that middle section with no features. Hardest part for sure. And yeah, I was here 2 years ago looking at the same face, and a lot of the same riders too, and it was definitely a higher speed that day because it was Bluebird day, and that really, compared it to footages, you can see the difference. But yeah, still going for it down here at the bottom. Ice fall.
Into the flats.
That was flat for sure.
Lost both skis.
Yeah.
Flat to front flip.
Yeah.
Look at that, she's sunk in. How is that
Yeah.
snow? That just shows from the powder up top to super sticky snow down below.
Yeah. And no landing there really.
Nothing, none whatsoever. Well, that's it for Elise Trappier. Next up, Mia Winans out of the US of A. Fourth place here last year, top of the ranking for the Americas. And won the got first place at the Whistler IFSA Junior Champs in 2016.
Oh, definitely going for something different here. Going actually into quite some exposure. Oh, hold on. And here that's gonna cost her a lot. If you have a fall like that in exposure, we usually say don't scare the judges, and that probably scared the judges a bit.
Sure.
So that's going to cost her more than if it was a fall on the flats.
Yes, indeed, and she's going to have to traverse out of there.
Yeah.
I kind of wonder.
What are you thinking?
I don't know if she got lost, or I'm wondering what she was doing in there in the first place.
It looks like she went into the zone knowing that was different, and obviously she had no tracks in front of her. So I think it was part of the plan, but of course.
Maybe
the plan failed.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah. Also happens, but yeah, you have to tread lightly zones like that, keep it tight.
Well, that is an unfortunate result for the 17-year-old American.
Yep.
You look at her stats, and there's pretty much just ones across the board. First of the IFSA Junior Champs, and she won 3 of the national events at Crystal Mountain, Squaw Valley, and Alpine Meadows. So
right,
she was one of the great white hopes for the US of A.
So all or nothing, kind of.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
All these things happen.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a reason for those wins, of course, that you're going for it.
Yeah, well, she went into a very difficult section up there.
Very difficult section, more exposed than.
And she's continued on her line, and she's got another technical passage through the rocks here. So definitely could have been a winning line if she'd managed to find whatever feature it was up top that she'd wanted to drop off of. I mean, I'm assuming if she was going in there, it was to jump somewhere.
Yeah, probably. I would imagine traverse a little bit further and do one of the drops on the side. But unfortunately, she
got caught up in those poor snow conditions. Down she went, and 30 points.
And really hard cut, as you can see.
From the Regan Williamson out of Canada, 17 years old. 12th place on the rankings in the Americas. Did not compete here last year. So this is her first run down the face here in Grandvalira.
Would say always harder to go your first time, but actually it doesn't get any easier, no matter how many times you do it.
You've done it, no doubt.
I've done it a few times. Well, the preparations get easier, but every time in the start gate is the same.
Still butterflies in your stomach.
Oh yeah, and it's better be. Oh yeah. Choosing to go for the shoot to get out. Yeah, it's being nervous is good. Keeps you on your toes.
Yes, it does. Even with the experience, and she has experienced 2 first place finishes in the 2-star events on the North American Freeride Junior Tour, taking out the Canadian Junior Free Skiing Champs at Red Mountain, and the Jeep Junior Free Ski, and the Junior Big Mountain Challenge. So 3 wins.
Oh yeah, so no strange competition.
2016 in the North American region. No stranger competition at all.
First time over in Europe though, maybe?
This is her first contest, yep.
Yep. Yeah, she's getting through this section with ease. See if she has any features here at the bottom lineup. There's definitely a few things that you could probably hit down here. Even there's a takeoff. Oh yeah, look at that. Nice.
Yeah, well stuck. Solid landing.
Yeah. No problem shutting down after either. Looks like she planned this pretty well.
And a good transition.
Yeah, let's see if she can find a landing on this one. It's been tough for the people before. Taking a little bit easier to find a steep part, and there's a compression. No problem there.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, well, it's one of the better, if not the best run that we've seen from our women's skiers so far. About halfway through the field, and there we go, 67.33, and 3rd place for Regan Williamson.
It's been a long day for the riders so far too.
And there we go. There's the result list. I thought we had a few more to go, but no. Okay, Olivia Askew, Eva Batola, and Regan Williamson, our top 3 spots. There we go. We had a do not start. And that's it for the women's ski. Congratulations, ladies. Job well done. And next up, the men's snowboard category. The boys are at the top of the Pic Alte des Coubilles, ready to drop in and get this one underway. And the weather conditions still challenging, to say the least.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I hope those guys dressed warmed up there. You can see there's a little bit of wind. But you know, I think everyone is pretty pumped up and keeping warm up there.
All right. Martin Ebi out of France, the youngest of our men's snowboarders, 16 years old, fourth on the European rankings. Won the French Freeride Junior in Les Arcs, the 3-star, just a few weeks back. And yeah, wow, visibility is low.
Yeah. Maybe it's worth from where we're sitting. Maybe he sees a little bit better than
I sure hope so, because we can barely see him through the cloud.
Yeah.
The clouds and the snowflakes.
Oh, look at that. It's actually not too bad where he's at. We have a cloud in between us. It's cool to hear at the start. You hear all the people, like all the competitors actually, is just cheering you on. It's like, yeah, go for it.
Oh, come on, stay on your feet. Well,
I would say typical flat light crash.
No doubt. Backseat on the landing.
Yeah.
But not completely head over heels, so knocked down a bit, but not too much by the judges, I'm sure. Still keeping his speed up.
I'm sure they are a little bit more lenient with the smaller mistakes.
Yeah, on a day like today, you would definitely hope so.
Here we can see actually from behind for the first time how hard it would be to navigate all this.
Yeah, that's a great angle, and as you've said on many occasions, really hard to judge how the landings are behind some of these features.
Yeah.
Nice little drop there.
You can really see if you're really on it, you can kind of guess it and still have a really solid landing. And yeah, except for those bubble up there, it's looking pretty good.
Another little ollie there for Martin.
I think the snowboarders are really good of using the terrain better because they can do little ollies better than skiers can, and actually pop over some of the takeoffs that are ideal. Right, last drop, finding. Oh. Yeah. And the frustration.
Yeah. And you can really see the difference in the quality of snow from up top to down below.
Yeah, it's definitely different snow. And yeah, unless you get a report over radio or something, hard time to guess what's coming up.
Yes, indeed. Well, Martin Ebi, the youngest competitor, one of the two 16-year-olds in the field, 30 points, top spot for now, but that will not be for long.
No, plenty of years to keep trying.
Yes, indeed.
And you see the focus on the start.
Okay. Josep Maria Naudi Descarrega.
Good job.
He is our reigning champion. Took out the event here in Grandvalira in 2016. 10th on the overall rankings. And other than his win here in Grandvalira, his best result last year was second at the Eldorado Freeride Junior 2-star event. So this was, well, this last year was the big win of his career.
No.
Can he back it up here in 2017?
Off to a good start for sure. Yeah, they have a lot of cool events here in Andorra. They're like great freeriding community. Oh no! Oh, so close.
Yeah. Well,
actually landed at first way better than I thought, and just couldn't hold on.
Yeah, the snow is difficult for sure. And as you were saying, yeah, Andorra is really making its mark on the world of free riding.
Oh, definitely.
With great support for this Freeride Junior World Championships, as well as a stop on the Senior Freeride World Tour coming up in just over a week's time.
Yeah.
Just a little farther up the valley.
Yeah, definitely putting Andorra on the map for a freeride community.
Yeah, the last few years, and with
nice going for the grab.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was nice. Little hand drag there. I think that's allowed today.
Yeah, definitely. They're not going to get marked down too bad for the hand drag.
It's going for the, yeah, lining up for the double. It's tricky. Come on.
And two, and
it's too heavy.
Yeah. And once again, that snow is really heavy down the bottom.
Yeah.
So got to stick your jumps. Little backside air there.
Yeah.
Going for the method grab.
Making the most of it. Definitely lost the speed on that landing up there.
He's still got a smile on his face, but I think he knows he's not going to take the win here this year. 40 points, first place for now.
Just my experience with Andorran rider, there's always a smile on their face. Like Danny has been on the tour, he's just a big ball of sunshine.
No doubt, they're good boys. Okay, back up to the top, and it is still very windy up there.
Yep.
Max Pfab out of Germany. The only German in the field, 17 years old. In the top 10, currently sitting, or last year finishing up the year 7th in the men's junior snowboard rankings.
And getting through the top section really easy. Actually have to watch out to spray yourself so much because the wind is blowing back up the face. So if you do a turn a little bit too hard.
Accentuating the face shots.
Accentuating. That was a tough word for me.
All right, Max doing okay here.
Yeah.
Oy,
It looked like he spotted it right in time.
I thought he was gonna. I wasn't sure if he was gonna jump out of that thing or if that was just a blind compression.
Yeah.
I think he did not see that coming.
I handled it really well though. Oh, manual there.
Yeah, he's going as fast as he can here, literally.
That's
Doing
really
a good
solid
job
on his board. Keeping his balance really well.
One first place finish on tour for Max last year at the Open Faces Juniors in Chamonix-Mont-Blanc in Austria. That was his big win for 2016.
Yeah, making good use of the train down here. I think it's a smart choice going down that that main cut on the Lucas left because it would be easier to orientate yourself over there. Ride fast.
There we go, solid run, best we've seen so far, 63.33.
Yeah.
For Max Faab out of Germany.
Yeah, happy with that for sure. And just a relief to be down.
Yes, indeed.
Best feeling.
Okay, Thomas Schlichting out of Switzerland. One of our 16-year-old riders. One of the 3 youngest guys in the field. 6th place on the European rankings.
Oh, God. So how did he stay on this board?
Well, he's Swiss. That's what they do.
Right. Wow, that was something. It will be. Oh,
jeez. Okay.
It has its limits.
Yeah, that was a little bit too rocky for him.
How far you can get away with it.
And
of course, the judges are probably gonna see that. I don't know.
Yeah, even for the Swiss mountaineers,
yeah,
it's just a tiny bit too tech to handle.
It could be a flat light tactic. It's like I'm gonna stay really close to these guys so I can see. But yeah, it didn't work out the whole way.
Well, that's unfortunate for Thomas.
Yeah.
Still, he's got 2 more years in the junior ranks. Already a few podium finishes. In 2016, took 3rd place at the 3-star in Chamonix and a 1st place finish at the Nanda 2-star.
Nanda, crazy event over there. It's going far Lucas right side. I haven't seen him in any go through this terrain yet. Of course, a little bit harder to stay on that traverse on the board. It is not that steep over there, but making good use of the terrain. Oh, another one of those.
Now he'll be regretting having traversed all the way over there just for that.
Yeah, and he had his mistake on the top. Of course, that affects you a bit.
Definitely.
But I mean, he has that line picked out at the bottom, and I'm sure he wants to ride it out.
Well, I think if there wasn't a contest on, most of the guys and girls would not be up there riding today. You never know.
Well, maybe not. What I usually do in conditions like this is you make sure to ride close behind someone, because you can see if they hit something and you're completely safe. That's how you get old in this sport.
No doubt.
Never go first.
Poor Thomas, 10 points.
Yeah.
And 4th place for the young Swiss rider, but that's okay. He's got a few good years on the Freeride Junior Tour in front of him.
For sure. Gonna need a lot of P-Techs for that board today, though.
Tucker Pratt out of the US of A, the last of our 16-year-olds. Lots of encouragement from his compatriots and fellow riders up the top.
Yep.
3rd on the rankings for the Americas. Currently for young Tucker, 2nd at the Whistler IFSA Junior Champs in 2016, also a 2nd place finish at the Crystal Mountain 2-star. So he has been up on the podium a few times in his short career.
Yeah. Yeah, these guys, considering how young they are, really sucking up some experience. I don't know, I didn't even know what the sport was until I was 23, I think. It was a little bit different.
Well, the Freeride World Tour has definitely done a very good job of putting in place
for sure.
The Freeride Junior Tour around the world, and the Freeride schools as well, with many of the ski and snowboard schools across Europe and North America.
Yeah, it's way different now, and it's really cool to see, and cool to see how many of these young people want to get into the sport, and then
and doing it in the right way, learning about mountain safety and and how to go out and have a good time in the backcountry and do it safely. That was perfect.
Good spotted there, nice landing. Yeah, do it in the right order to respect the mountain and have all the knowledge of safety. It takes years in the mountain to fully get it. Well, you never really fully get it.
No, nobody does. Even the best of the world's elite freeriders.
Yeah.
Bad things can still happen, but all you can do is be prepared. And there we go.
Awesome.
Tucker Pratt, very prepared, 64.66 in the top spot for the 16-year-old out of the US of A.
Yeah, not surprised there.
Okay. Looks like a little bit cloudier up top now. Loïc Aubert out of Switzerland. 17 years old. Second place finish here in Grandvalira last year. And second place on the overall Freeride World Junior rankings for Europe.
Yeah, really raining some big turns up top.
And 2 first place finishes in the 3 stars in Chamonix and Verbier last year. So Loïc, definitely result-wise, could be looked at as one of the favorites here.
The big open white zone.
The danger zone
the danger
today.
Zone, where dreams are crushed.
Well, he's successfully navigated his way through that one.
Yeah, no, it's easy riding from here on.
Keeping our fingers crossed for Loïc. Definitely got his speed up and very rubbery knees on the young Swiss rider.
Looks very prepared for whatever is coming his way.
He's handling the difficult conditions well so far.
Yeah, and it's definitely, you can really tell that he's know where he is at all times, and where he's heading to. The judges really appreciate that. If you're sort of searching for your stuff, it costs you points for sure. Yeah, lines up every. Oh, look at.
Oh, when he stayed on his feet.
Yeah, he stayed on his feet.
That shark, that little rock, or sharks as we call them, just come up. And that really a fantastic run from top to bottom, and almost flipped up on that last jump. But third place, 60 points for Loïc Aubert.
Yeah, I'm sure he's cursing that little rock now. But well done.
Next up, Jake Terry out of Great Britain, 18 years old. Was not here last year. Finished up third on the European rankings, and down he goes.
Go a little too aggressive and just sinks his board into the snow. And I imagine it can be a little sugary conditions in places up there too. So you have to stay light on your feet, but it's impossible to say before. Unlucky.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, and I mean it's starting to get pretty tracked up there too, so you dig into other people's tracks. It's a benefit and a downside to start a little bit later. It's good that you get to see some riders and get some idea, but at the same time you will have not as smooth conditions.
And on a day like today, that can make all the difference in the world.
Yeah, for sure. Then again, if it's wind packed down here, if you got that little broken up snow, it's easier to ride through old tracks than it would be the stuff that's not broken up yet. But it's hard to say what kind of snow they're dealing with down here. Rides pretty well though.
Yeah, other than that one hiccup up top.
Yep.
Not a bad run at all.
Looks like he's going out pretty far on Lucas' left side.
And the Brits making quite a bit of progress in the senior tour and in the junior tour. He's had 2 podium finishes in the 3 stars in Fieberbrunn and Verbier last year, so following in the tracks of fellow British senior riders, James Stentford and Sasha Ham, Two of our men's snowboarders who have made a serious impact on the Freeride World Tour in the men's snowboard category.
Oh, definitely. Ah.
Oh, poor Jake.
You can see on his body language, like, what?
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, sixth place, 20 points for Jake Terry, couple bails. And he's just going to have to pick up where he left off and head out to the Freeride World Qualifiers next year.
Yep. Sure, we see much more of him.
All right. Jesse Ave, 17-year-old American, dropping in now. Third place at the Whistler IFSA Junior Champs in 2016. Fourth place on the rankings for the Americas region of the Freeride Junior Tour.
Make it look pretty easy on top.
Yeah, so far, so good.
Get some features in here. I mean, I'm scoping, I see some drops, but it's like, oh no. Yeah.
And mistakes like that, if the visibility was a tiny bit better, we probably wouldn't be seeing stumbles. But having said that, even look at the seniors of Chamonix last year. Dude Charlet took a spill just traversing across the top of the peak.
Yeah, for sure.
Sometimes it just comes down to just not paying attention enough.
Yeah, definitely. You see a lot of the bottom usually. People relax and it's like, oh, I'm done. And it's like, no. Yeah, you can't let your guard down at any point.
A little shifty off that jump.
But I know as a rider, you always rather take the big spills, like a big crash from something cool, than the little tumble on the flats. But I mean, it happens. What's great about the sport is you can always blame gear, judges, or other stuff.
Right. Looking for some little features down below here.
See, finding a ramp. Just sees a little grab there. Nice.
Got that little.
He didn't look affected by the compression at all.
No.
He probably scoped that before, so he
handled that well. Well, 56 points in spite of some difficulties up top for Jesse Aves.
Oh, weather.
Another American, Noah Hagen, dropping in now, 18 years old. Once again, did not compete here last year in Grandvalira, so his first time down this face. 7th place on the ranking for the Americas region. His big win, a first place at the Crested Butte Junior National Free Skiing Champs. 2-star event in North America.
Tough terrain there in Crested Butte.
So this should be a walk in the park for him.
Yeah.
Or he would like it to be. Oy! Come on, hold on, son.
They do have the tree line really high there in Crested Butte, so I think he usually a little bit better visibility, maybe I get more reference. But yeah, a lot of Americans, especially in the snowboarding class, right?
Almost half the field.
Yeah.
Or at least a good third.
See what it makes of this lower terrain here, if we can find some good takeoffs. Definitely looks like he's looking for something.
Takeoffs and landings, the all-important landing today, finding one with a good transition.
Yeah.
Because the flat landings have been the undoing of quite a few riders down in this bottom
really
section.
Has. That's definitely some stuff to do down here.
Following the same line as a few of the other riders. Some of the other guys use that as a bit more of a drop, but it goes from a steep transition into flat really quickly. So deciding against a big jump, 53.33 points for Noah Hagen.
Yeah, you can't really send it off that.
No. Well, yeah, no, you can't send it. Definitely not. Hank Kennedy, another 18-year-old out of the US of A. 6th place here last year, 8th place on the rankings in Region 1, North and South America.
You can tell that he's ignoring that he can't see that well and just stay low. Stay ready.
Exactly. Keep those knees bent to avoid sketchy bits like that. Yeah, so Hank, he's doing all right.
Yeah, looking really good. See if we get some features in here. But definitely handling that varying terrain and the light really well.
Well, one win for Hank last year at Crystal Mountain IFSA Junior National Free Ski Competition, 2-star event in North America.
Seems like he's building up speed for something. I'm curious to see what his plan is down here. See, I don't even know where he is looking from above it. So.
We're just as lost as he is. Actually, I don't think
he's lost.
No, I don't think he's lost either, actually.
It looks like he's on it.
Just going to correct myself. At the speed that he's traveling, he's definitely not lost. He knows what he's doing, even if we don't.
See what he makes of this. If he can find a good transition in the landing there.
He did.
Oh yeah, and shuts it down before the compression.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
Claiming it.
And even stuff like that, just doing that little speed check because he knows there's a compression come out. The judges do pay attention to that stuff.
Yeah, no, he's got good control, and there we go. Hank Kennedy. That's right, Hank. 67 points.
Stoked.
And the top spot for Hank Kennedy. Finn Duffy out of New Zealand, our only Kiwi in the field. Podium finish, 3rd place here last year. 5th place in the Europe, Asia, Oceania rankings.
Kiwis, of course, not strangers to variable conditions.
No, definitely not. And basically won everything, every single contest in New Zealand last year. 3 of the New Zealand Junior Freeride Tour 2-star events in a row. And 2nd place at the French Freeride in Les Arcs just a few weeks back. 3-star event here in Europe to start off the 2017 season.
Wait, are these guys ever in school?
No. That's what homeschooling is for,
right?
Yeah,
right.
No, but he's definitely New Zealand's top prospect in the men's snowboarding. And we've seen in the Freeride World Tour quite a few men's skiers, but we have not had a representative out of New Zealand in the snowboard category so far, if memory serves. Here's a big one. Let's see if
big one.
Come on.
Oh, look at that. I think it was actually a bush he uncovered, not a rock, but...
Yeah, but he uncovered something. He went straight through all the way down to the ground.
Yeah, not much you can do about that. But yeah, like you said, a lot of skiers, not many snowboarders seen come out from that little island.
Speaking of Kiwi skiers and Andorra, Sam Smoothie.
Yeah.
He loves this place, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think he does. He had some good times here for sure. I'm going to miss that guy on tour this year.
Yes, indeed.
He'll be back, though.
I'm sure he will. Finn Duffy. Okay. From the land of the long white cloud, and it is cloudy here in Andorra today. 26.66 points.
Okay, we get.
And ready to drop in now, the last of our Americans. Holden Samuels, 17 years old, the #1 ranked rider in the Americas region for 2016, and also the winner of the Whistler IFSA Junior Champs in 2016. Also won the Snowboard IFSA Junior Freeskiing Open 2-star event. So a lot of ones next to this young man's name.
Yeah.
And he still has a, there we go. As soon as I talk about their great results, they seem to fall.
Yeah.
But he still has one more year
see.
On the junior level before he's going to have to try and qualify for the Freeride World Tour through the Freeride World Qualifying Series.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll see more of him. So a couple of tumbles already. So obviously it's not going to be a podium here today. Or is it?
No, most likely not. Unless he does something really big down the bottom.
Yeah.
Haven't seen anybody spin yet.
No, that's true. Tough enough as it is.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
And who knows, maybe the motto spin to win will come into play here today in men's snowboarding. We shall see. Either way, one thing is sure is that he's going to be headed back home to some great powder snow, because in North America, they've been having a spectacular snow season so far.
Yeah.
As opposed to Europe.
And I never hear the end of that.
Okay.
Find this good transition
Yep,
on
there
here.
it is. That sticks it clean as well. All right. Well, too bad he took that one tumble up the top.
Yeah.
He had a nice line, plenty of jumps.
Yeah, for sure. It's maybe built up some points here at the bottom.
Yeah, we said we didn't think it'd be a podium finish, and it wasn't, but still a solid display of snowboarding from Holden Samuels.
Yeah.
Okay, Liam Rivera out of Mexico, although doing a lot of riding in Switzerland. Young Liam at the top of the, well, there we go. See, he's Mexican, but he's riding
like
in the European region. So he's riding as a Swiss rider, but his nationality is Mexican. Choosing to compete in the Europe region. So basing himself out of Switzerland. 9th at this contest last year. Doing a pretty good job so far.
Yeah, yeah, looks like it. See what else has in store for the bottom section. The snowboarders tend to use a little bit less of the top sections than some of the skiers did. Opting for the more poppy takes offs at the bottom. I'm sure.
Yeah, it's a little bit more of a, well, not really a snow park with big kickers, but natural terrain to jump off of right and left. And there was a good usage of terrain and some of the features down the bottom here from Liam.
And definitely know where he's going to. Smart using the main gully there to navigate, so he can keep going with speed and confidence, knowing exactly where he is. If you get in the middle zone there, it gets increasingly harder to find your way.
Well, a solid result from the 17-year-old out of Mexico via Switzerland.
Just waiting for your score.
Yeah, I should be happy with that.
Yeah, there we go. 64 points in 3rd place. So taking the 3rd spot overall behind the 2 Americans, Hank Kennedy in 1st and Tucker Pratt 2nd. Congratulations to our podium finishers in the men's snowboard category. And last but not least, the men's ski competition. Here's the start list. It is the most packed of our 4 categories. 31 men, excuse me, to take on the face of the Pic Alt de Coubril, Hugo Danton out of Switzerland. Our first rider in, one of the 2 Danton brothers, Hugo, 18 years old. Finished up 23rd here last year. His younger brother Paul will be coming a little bit later on in the standings, and so far so good.
Right.
Woof!
Opening up really well there. Did I close that shoot? Yeah, I'm really excited to see what these guys are gonna make of this terrain. How creative could you get? I'll tell you, I'm super impressed with the riding from these guys. I would have a hard time riding this today, and but yeah, they definitely put on a good show.
No doubt. Well, Hugo, our first man in, and stylish, solid riding, and not afraid to hit a few features either.
No.
For the 18-year-old Swiss rider.
I think he's heading for this little flat double drop section. I'm really curious to see. Oh, with speed.
Yeah.
And no. Punch fronted. Yeah, not much you can do about that. You're going for the stomp, and it's just a little bit too soft.
Yeah.
It's a very, very good attempt. Oh no.
And that's it. Just the adrenaline rush of landing, and then and once again, unfortunately, the snow quite a bit heavier and stickier down below.
Yeah, and a bit flat there
as well. So
yeah, you're gonna have to land on your heels, actually.
For sure, we've seen it in the 3 previous categories: men's and women's ski, snowboard, and now in the men's ski. Well, there we go. 20 points for Hugo. Big head over heels on that landing.
Judges hard at work.
Justin Carpenter out of the US of A. And a stacked field of Americans here. Justin, 18 years old, one of the oldest in the field. 5th place here in Grandvalira last year. 9th place on the overall standings for 2016.
No. I couldn't quite see what happened there, but it looked like he got caught on the inside ski. We'll see what the judges make of that. Opting for the open ramp to get down into the abyss.
Yeah, holding back a tiny bit. He's really attacked well up top, and then you can see they're a little bit hesitant coming into that middle section.
You see how he starts the turn real, and then sort of just let it go a little bit because you can't really see. Yeah, I wonder. I'm trying to read his body language here if
he really knows where he's going, or if he's just playing it by ear, as we say.
Yeah. It's those hands up in the air there a little bit.
Obviously having to stop there for a split second, so.
Yeah. And
yeah, I don't know if he's lost or not, actually.
I think he is. And it's super hard to hit some features where if you don't know exactly what it looks like, to just improvise a feature down there is pretty hard.
Yeah, well, there you go. Playing it safe through that bottom section.
Yeah.
Across the finish line on his feet, but yeah, body language.
Yeah.
Says it all right there.
Yeah, it happens. It's hard to navigate in that, and you're standing up there, so
42 points, new leader, but of course only the 2nd man in. Will be lucky probably to finish in the top 5 again this year. Lorenzo Carbonato out of Italy, 17 years old. First time competing here at the Freeride Junior World Championships. 11th on the Europe, Asia, Oceania rankings of the Freeride Junior Tour.
Going out with speed. I think he's trying to get over to that looker's left. And so now, yeah, go into that little chute, see what it makes of it. And yeah, that's a good drop. Come on. Yeah, nice.
Yep, stomps the landing. So only 1 podium finish last year, but 3rd place at the 3-star event in Verbier. So has stepped up onto the podium on one of the major events.
Good place to do it.
Yes, indeed. And looking good so far.
Yeah. Seems like he's on it. And yeah, just letting it go through for this section is not going to do anything. Just making his way to where we want it to be with no hesitation. He's lining up for one of the little bit bigger. Yeah. Nice. Oh, nice stomp on that one.
No doubt. Okay.
Yeah. That made it look easy.
2 solid landings so far for Lorenzo Carbonato out of Italy.
Yeah, looking really good. Forrest lining up for the double. And oh yeah, stomps it.
Okay.
And gets another one in there. Nice job.
Doing well. Well, 31 men in the field of skiers. So 28 guys left to go, but Lorenzo Carbonato so far pretty much throwing down the gauntlet to everybody else.
Yeah, should be a good score. The judges are gonna place him somewhere.
Oh, yeah, 80 points, yeah, for sure. Okay. So Lorenzo Carbonato, there it is. That's the run to beat so far. 80 points out of 100 points possible.
Yeah, judges leave themselves a little room.
Okay, here he is, one of the local boys, 18 years old. Grim Company Ferrer, 6th place here in Grandvalira in 2016.
Charging down. See how it's a little bit tracked now, but handles it with ease. Oh, bony.
Yeah, not a whole lot of snow cover up top there, but he's handling the adverse conditions well.
Yeah. Seems like he's gonna stay high on that lookish right side wall. There's a lot of features there. It's like, oh wow.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Oh, hangs on. Oh, come on.
Back seat, but he's still on his feet. Wow, that was quite a transfer. First rider we've seen take that jump so far.
Yeah, for sure. I think maybe he wanted to get a little bit further. It looked like it was that second air he kind of got from his landing was probably another sweet spot to land in. But yeah, he pulled himself up, but it's going to cost him a little bit of control points.
Yeah, for sure. Still, that's what we like to see, sending it.
Yeah.
Showing everybody as well that, hey, I'm at home here.
Yeah, it's not giving up by any means. Probably a good idea to the zone to easier to find it from above. I think it sticks up a little bit higher than the surroundings. But then you have to deal with this kind of semi-flat double. It's one of the main options there. And yeah.
Yeah, a bit of compression on the landing, but
yeah. You can see when,
well.
Yeah, for sure. You can see when they like correct their goggles. As soon as you land, like, you know, it was a little bit heavy. Oh, he's gonna.
One last one.
Oh, he's flat down there. Oh no.
Oh.
Shame. Yeah, that feature, I don't know if it really goes, to be honest.
No, he didn't need to do that.
No.
I don't think that would have added much of anything at all to his score, but then he goes down, so the only thing that did is subtract a few points. Yeah, shaking his head. He's
maybe it was an attempt to redeem a little bit from the top section.
Yeah. Well,
backseat landing there.
30 points. And that will be it for Guy Company Ferrer. Next up, out of Canada, Cooper Bathgate. So a good pack of Canadians here, 4 total. Now Cooper Bathgate, the twin brother of Jackson, who was last year's Freeride Junior World Champion. And too old to compete this year, so his his twin. No, he's not too...
Oh, that would be
young,
weird.
so yeah, no, sorry. I was going to say younger brother, but no, it's his twin brother, Jackson. But Jackson's not here to compete this year, so.
Going for that same shoot on the lookish left. See, it's going, not choosing to take the drop, but it looks like he wants to stay high, so that's probably the reason. If he would have taken the drop, he would end up too low. So, but then he has to make it count. Solid skiing.
Yeah, I was going to say impressive.
This kid is
impressive run so far. Well, hey, racing background helps.
Yeah, it does. Like when I saw that you were a racer or a mogul skier, everyone, more or less.
And in the snowboarding, it's that border cross background as well.
Yeah. Oh, some good playful skiing here. Except Aurélien Ducrot, who has ski jumping, which is extremely odd.
Wow, yeah, that's completely different. I was about to say it's edge control counts for a lot, but in ski jumping, it's really just sending it straight, I guess.
Oh, look at this.
Yeah. Oh! I don't know if that was a rock or a little bush behind, but either way, he
and
almost
just keeps on going.
Wow!
Very aggressive. Oh, it's cool to see.
Awesome.
It was hard to see how he took that landing. It looks like he was completely on his feet. Definitely slowed him down a bit, but that might have been the only way to take that landing. I'm sure judges had a closer look at that.
Wow, well, channeling some of his brother Jackson's talent from last year. Cooper Bathgate, there we go,
nice.
70 points in 2nd place for the Canadian.
That was cool, cool transfer there.
Yeah, fantastic. William Flanagan, 18 years old, out of the US of A, 35th in the Americas rankings. So taking advantage of some of the higher ranked riders that decided not to compete here in Andorra this year to make his way into the field and trying to prove to everyone that he definitely deserves his spot.
I'm going for that side ramp. Yeah, nice. wide area in the middle. Seems like the riders have keeping track of the difficulties down there, and the snowboard ladies had problems with. They probably saw the snowboard ladies hit the little wind lips and stuff. They're more aware.
Well, that is one of the advantages of riding a little bit later on in the day.
For sure.
But of course, the disadvantage being that things are a bit more tracked out, but I don't know how much tracks really come into play today.
Yeah, maybe a little bit at the top, but I think down here it's not too bad. It actually gives you a little reference. But yeah, they have been waiting for quite some time on top too, which is not always so good. But weather is not too bad. Let's see the double.
It's that flat landing, and he's held
heavy,
on.
but on his feet. Yeah, definitely. Oh. held it together there. It's good.
All right, William Flanagan showing us the strength he's got in his legs.
Yeah, got some good drops with him. He's so committed on a double. Like when you point the first one, you have to stick it. Otherwise, you're not gonna make the second one.
All right, so 75 points and a podium placing currently for the 18-year-old American.
He's gonna be happy with that. I'm sure he's happy to hold together on that last one.
No doubt. Back up to the top, the sole Norwegian in the field, Sole August Andresen. Did not compete here last year.
I haven't seen him ride before.
And way in the back of the pack as far as the overall rankings for the Europe Oceania region goes from 2016, 50th actually.
Yeah, but the Norwegians are always... I've stopped competing against Norwegians. They're crazy. At least in Norway.
No doubt. Well, speaking of, he's only 15 years old.
Oh, yeah.
And his only result, first place at the Oppdal Junior Freeride, a one-star event 2016. So first time in a big international competition here at the Freeride Junior World Championships 2016 in Grandvalira, Andorra.
Yeah. Shuts it down good there after that drop. Judges really like to see that. And I think he's the first one to hit that triangular rock up there.
And one of only two 15-year-olds in the field. So very light on his feet.
Yeah. Knows that you punch through, so he's going into this, see what he can line up here. The short landing area. And shuts it. Come on. Oh, a bit heavy there.
Yeah, a bit of a back slap, but
it's going to cost him a little bit. And it, of course, depends what everyone else is doing.
There we go, 62.33 points, fourth place currently for the 15-year-old out of Norway.
That's a good job.
Ross Tester, another one of our Americans, dropping in now.
Yeah, cheering on from the start. A lot of friends there for sure. Oh, wow.
18 years young, 9th place finish here last year.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Really, see him. He must be a mogul skier. That's some great skiing there. That's some good technique. Oh, I like this. And send it.
Come on, Ross. Yes. Yeah. Wow. We have a run on our hands here, Rennie.
Definitely. Definitely. Very confident and just putting it on edge.
Well, he's got a couple first place finishes in the North American Series at a 2-star and a 1-star.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll tell you what, that very strong start on top. See if you can need that last wow factor at the bottom, and the judges will be very pleased.
Setting up something here. See. Yeah.
Oh. Stomping it. You can tell it's not easy conditions to land in. Oh, looks great.
All right.
Nice. A little bit like hold it together. Oh, nice.
Yeah, no
double
doubt.
at the end.
Come on.
Oh, nice run. Yeah, that's the top run of the day for sure. That was awesome.
Oh,
nice stoked.
He is on fire.
Yeah.
No doubt, claiming away.
Nice.
As
Oh
you
yeah,
do.
in
90
the 90.
points. Okay, Ross Tester. Wow. Okay.
That score says something.
No doubt. The run to beat.
Oh yeah.
Eric Bourque ready to drop in now. 17-year-old. 2 Americans down the face back to back. See what Eric's got for us. And pressure is on. Ross Tester really laying down the gauntlet.
Going out in the same zone as Ross, I believe. So angle is, yeah. It's definitely the bonio, very rocky in there. See if he chooses the other way. See if he takes his ramp. Yeah. Nice, very stylish. Yeah, going real fast here. Following his body, I'm guessing.
Well, there we go. The Americans like to put the pressure on the rest of the field and on themselves all at the same time.
Yeah.
Competing together during the season and competing against each other, obviously, here at the Freeride Junior World Champs, but at the same time cheering each other on. They'd love to sweep the top 3 spots on the podium.
For sure. Great use of the train, just playing around with it. It's way down, just don't leave it. Oh. Yep, held it together.
All right. Well, these
Very aggressive run.
Yeah,
It's
yes,
looking
indeed.
real good. This is also in the, it's up there for sure. Let's see how we finish it. Oh, going fast.
Oh, a little bit of a back slap, but
yeah,
wow.
didn't fully make that little transfer there. It looked like it was a better landing a little bit further. We'll see what the judges say about that.
Still very solid skiing. 65 points and 5th place for Eric Bourque.
Number 35, Sydney Simard.
And our next skier in the gate, Sydney Simard, the 18-year-old out of the US of A. 7th at the last Whistler IFSA Junior Champs in 2016.
Stunning out, really aggressive.
Well, he is not afraid. His first time competing here in Grandvalira, Andorra. And the Americans, we were talking earlier about,
All right.
how they put the pressure on themselves and everyone else, but they support each other as a team, and that is really showing through in the skiing this afternoon.
Yeah, definitely. Oh.
Impressive.
Yeah, very much. It's not really being too bothered about the little wind drift and stuff in his way. He's just choosing to just rail right over them.
Yeah, he's got his shock absorbers are well tuned.
It's a young spine. Finding the good drops there. Styling there. Yeah, he's definitely know where he's going, so I think the judge is gonna like this.
Slowing his way through the trees.
Going to that flat double.
Yes, come on, stick it.
And stomping it. And yeah,
Tiny bit on the back seat on that
tiny
last
bit,
landing.
but I don't think that's gonna cost him
no,
very
I
much.
don't think so either.
As long as you don't really down with too much on the ground with your hands or tips coming up. It's just you're allowed to land deep.
No doubt. Well, listen, that was, I think, by far the fastest from the top to the bottom.
Yeah, it was really fast.
Good
Should be happy.
execution. Lacked maybe 1 or 2 more big jumps, but I think the judges are going to be impressed. Well, there we go, 68 points, 5th place so far, with just over half the field to come.
Hard to say if he's happy with it. Should be.
And Tom Gratadour out of France, 17 years old, 23rd here last year, and 5th on the Freeride Junior Tour rankings for the Europe-Oceania region.
Same here, going out really aggressive at the top. Probably, okay. Getting into the little bit more gnarly zone. Oh, God. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well done.
Well done. He really knew where to point it for sure. Maybe hit a rock or 2 more than expected, but he handled it really well.
He knew what, yeah, he scoped his line well for sure.
Yeah.
Tom, one big win last year. First place at the 3-star event in Verbier, Switzerland. Okay.
Yeah. Solid so far. See if we can get another big drop or two in at the end.
Another possible contender here so far.
Yeah.
And a rather unique line.
Yeah, a little bit heavy there at the end, but yeah, it should be a pretty decent result.
Okay, Tom Gratadour out of France. Now the moment of truth. There we go, 72 points, 4th position. So will not step onto the podium, but should be happy.
Yeah, I think the judges appreciate like going into the Nord there at the top and handled it.
Yes, indeed. Alistair Garland out of New Zealand. One of the 16-year-olds, so one of the younger members of the competitors here in Andorra today. Not looking too young on his skis, though.
No. It's scary to see.
There's some competition coming up, Rainey.
Oh yeah, I'll be gone before these guys come up to the. Wait, how old is he?
16.
All right, I'm fine. No, wait a minute. I have at least 6 years left.
Got a couple more years on the Freeride Junior Tour, does young Alistair, and after that, yeah, he's going to be looking to work his way through the Freeride World Qualifiers and onto the Freeride World Tour. The big leagues. Wow, there is quite a solid level of skiing here.
Yeah.
From our men's field.
Here you can see how the terrain really rolls over from the top too, so you're definitely going in blind to a lot of these areas. Going for that double. So many have it done. And yeah, sticking
well,
good. See if he gets a little air here at the end too. Yeah. Oof.
Stays on his feet.
Yeah.
Taking a page out of Sam Smoothie's book from a few years back as well, huh?
There's just no tree in the way here.
Oh
yeah.
Alistair Garland, all right.
Nice.
Go the Kiwi, 77 points and 3rd position. Jordi Riba out of Spain on course now, 18 years old. 33rd in the European rankings on the Freeride Juniors.
Definitely going into the more rocky zone. Either he was not at the right spot or he saw that it just didn't go and decided to pull out. Smart decision regardless.
Yeah, no doubt. And still managed to find a smaller feature on exit from that danger zone.
He's looking to get some high-speed drops, it looks like. And I think it's hard to find drops you can go really big on today. Try to hit them with speed instead, where you can, but the landings are really short too, so you
that's for sure.
Actually have to hold back a little bit.
And many of them are very, very flat. And as we can see, the visibility is not getting any better from this morning. That's a perfect view there of the snowflakes falling as the riders make their way down.
Yeah. No, but overall looking pretty good so far. So go into the double zone as well. Yeah. A little bit slower on the first one. Get good control for the second. Lands too deep.
There we go. Little lack of experience there for Jordi, or just a bit of bad luck with the snow conditions.
Might be a little bit flatter there on the looker's left side landing. It's extremely hard to tell, but based on the success people had on landing, it looks heavier.
Jordi, one of the least experienced competitors with only 2 5th-place finishes on his list of results. 11th place here at the very best for the Spaniard. Another Kiwi on course, Matthew Sweet.
Sweet, Smoothie, they have all them kinds of names.
Great names down under, yes they do.
They really do.
There we go, another outsider, 44th on the Europe, Asia, Oceania rankings.
Look at all those rocks. Oh, no bony. Time to point it.
Come on, Matthew.
Yeah.
Riding well.
Get vertigo just looking at the screen.
Well, and Matthew, another one of the outsiders, 44th on the rankings, and his best ever result of 5th place at the Freeride Junior Tour, New Zealand, at the Remarkables in the 15 to 17-year-old category. So this is really uncharted territory for the young Kiwi, but putting on a pretty good show so far.
Yep. I gotta say, there's a lot of fun terrain around here in Andorra to use. Like going freeriding with your buddies here is pretty fun because it's not super consequential terrain.
No,
so you
no,
can
no.
have really fun days.
And that is one thing, the kids have been in town for a few days and have had the opportunity of riding some of the other faces here in Grandvalira.
Another attempt on the double. Gets a little off balance, but lands it really well.
Because of course these competition faces are closed to the competitors before the contests.
Yeah. Oh, finish up with a...
Yeah, well done. A little bit on the back seat on the landing there, it looked like, but
yeah.
he has made it to the bottom. Will not be probably in the top 5, but he'll have had fun on the day.
For sure.
There we go, and 9th place so far for Matthew Sweet, 63.33 points for the young man out of New Zealand. Now out of France, Baptiste Mermiot, 18 years old, did not compete here last year, finished up 6th in the overall rankings.
Choosing a bit different line than the rest of the field. Going out.
Fast and strong up top,
yeah,
huh?
finding a good
wow.
That was cool.
That was.
Yeah, I wonder if it was thinking about popping there, but that worked out really well.
Well, 2 wins on tour last year and some 2-star events in Les Arcs and Val Thorens. Both events in his home country of France. Once again, his first time competing here in Andorra.
It's a very Bruno Compagnie style. Arms out a little bit.
Yes, indeed. He lacks the dreadlocks, but...
Yeah. Of course, it's a little bit older, might not know who that is, but definitely one of my...
A French free skiing legend.
Yeah,
yes,
for
indeed.
sure. Going for the double. Oh, I should have had a little more speed and pull it together.
Oh.
Little
Bit on the back seat. But,
yeah, for sure. Landed actually that last one better than most down there. He found a little better landing, but yeah, definitely a little trouble on that double drop up there. And now, yeah.
And a new 9th place finisher. There we go, Baptiste Mermiot, 63.66.
It's tighter and tighter with the judges now.
Certainly is. Florian Gassner out of Germany. The only German in the field, 18 years old. Did once again his first time competing here in Andorra. 17th place on the rankings out of the Europe, Asia, Oceania region. Does have 1 win on tour in Axemer League Sum last year. That was solid.
Yeah, putting it down easily. So visibility got a little worse, at least from where we're sitting.
Handling the midsection well, though.
Yeah, no problem there. I think you're riding there thinking, just trying to point out to be sure that you're actually going to the right place. Usually use the train or guys like that, standing warming up, you can see them from the top, like, yeah, I'm going to those 2 guys. Just use whatever you can.
And through that flat midsection really is just about staying solid on your skis.
Yeah.
Linking your turns. And now we're back down into the bottom part of the face.
Let's traverse over to back to the double section as well, maybe.
Taking Taking a tiny bit different line into that double
I
section.
came in a little low there.
Lost a bit of speed.
Yeah, decided to just point it after. Lands it okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did well.
Yeah. And got. Oh. I bet you he did not see that one.
No, he probably didn't.
But
well,
yeah,
he's happy enough. But that back seat landing,
it's going to cost him.
it did. 57.33 points and 12th position. Still, Florian's pretty happy with his run. Back up to the top for Canada's Sam Howard. One of our 4 Canadians, with the rest of the Canucks giving him a bit of support out of the start gate. 17 years old. 21st in the rankings, so another outsider. Only 1 podium finish last year in the Jeep Junior Free Ski event, a 2-star North America competition.
Yeah. He's going for that looking left zone again, doing it really well. You have to do a little bit of a traversing in the beginning, but if the judges, if you do something, make something out of it, find a good drop, you're allowed to.
Which is exactly what he did, so that'll pay. And making his way quickly through the abyss, as we've been calling it. Ooh, almost got caught up there as he came down into as he enters into the lower section, but still on his feet.
Yeah. The snow looks good though. Like it rides really well. Still see some good snow spray.
Well, it has been snowing all day, so
yeah, I hope so.
Not very hard, but I don't know how much difference it'll make, but there'll be a few extra centimeters or half an inch or so more than there was this morning.
There we go. Oh,
well, just as we say, the snow's not looking too bad. It's still a bit sticky down below though, but a tiny butt check.
Yeah, a bit dragging his hand there. Yeah, but I mean, I'm from Sweden, so if the snow moves, it's powder.
All right, 13th for Sam Howard.
Yeah,
Hank Bates out of the US of A.
Yeah, every little thing is going to cost them now. You have to be careful. Like, if you have a small mistake, you're not going to be up there. They have flawless runs, the whole podium.
Yeah, just like in the big leagues, they have to be flawless. Hank Bates, 16 years young.
Solid skiing here. No problem. They're coming up a little short, maybe. But yeah,
ooh,
nice.
Okay.
They had a plan with that.
And Hank, another of the riders competing here in Andorra for the first time. And looking very confident.
Yeah, through the abyss. See where he's heading. Seems like there's a couple of main lines that people have been taking, including this one. Do that side hit to then get back to the looker's right side to finish off run. But yeah, making good use of the terrain.
And having fun, it looks like.
Yeah. Doesn't really seem affected by anything, really. Looking good.
Youthful exuberance.
Then, oh, he's taking that same.
Oh, no! Well, that was the big gamble.
Yeah, took actually the same transfer as Synnøve hit earlier, but his DIN settings were low, perhaps.
Ah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
And back to the top for another of our American competitors, Parkin Costain. Parkin, 17 years old. He has competed here before, 8th place, a top 10 finish last year, and 3rd in the Freeride Junior Tour rankings for the Americas region.
Really goes into the bonus section here.
Wow.
I read that terrain really well. That's hard to inspect that to make it through that smoothly. You could easily get caught up on stuff. That's going to pay off for sure.
Yeah, that was very impressive.
See if we can finish up. Nice.
So 2 first-place finishes on the North American Freeride Junior Tour last year, and a 4th-place finish at the Whistler IFSA Junior Champs. So he knows a thing or two about competitive skiing, and very, very solid on his skis here today in Grandvalira.
Yeah, absolutely. See if we can navigate. So I think it gets a little trickier down here to know where you are, but he doesn't seem to have any problems.
Now he's got a good line.
Yeah.
Showing his confidence, keeping his speed up, reading the terrain well.
Going really quickly into the double. No hesitation, and
the back slap, because that landing is now really exposed.
He probably spotted that from the air, and of course it's hard to commit to stomp when you see other than white in the landing. But
it is a bit of a distraction.
It is a bit of a distraction. It's a little bit of oh no moment in the air. But yeah, very committed. And of course it costed him quite a
bit, actually.
Quite a bit, yeah.
So 48 points and 14th place for Parkin.
And of course, every time you have a mistake and come down, you think, maybe they didn't see it.
They see everything. Paul Danton, the 16-year-old rider out of Switzerland. His brother Hugo has already made his way down the face. Paul did not compete here last year. His brother Hugo did. See if he can outdo his older brother.
Yeah.
Well, impressive so far.
Yeah, so good. Little bit backseat there, but that should not cost him much. And same there, I would blame it on the visibility a bit.
Well, 1 big podium finish last year at the 3-star event in Chamonix-Mont-Blanc, France. So he definitely has the talent to step up onto a major podium.
Yeah.
But can he do it?
Just gonna say, I was curious to see if anyone else used the rest of the train down here, and it actually looks like he's going a little bit different route. It's a good drop.
Which might not be a bad idea, because some of the landings are getting a bit used.
Yeah, that was a good
size there.
Yeah, for sure. No, he's making smart moves here. Now I think he's going into the little more traffic section that's seen some more traffic. Oh yeah.
Coming back to the double.
To the double. That's gotta look like Krakow.
Oh geez, the landing on this one now is, although a slightly different line. Good
yeah,
choice.
Landing it pretty good there. And, oh, that was a smart move to get out from all the tracks into a different landing, and it worked out just fine.
Okay, well, will the young skier out of Switzerland be able to work his way up into the top of the standings amongst the pack of Americans?
That was a good run.
He skied well. Yeah, he's pretty happy.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
78 points and 3rd position currently. As we come down, there's not too many riders left up top there. Arthur Raskin out of France.
Yeah, seen this guy before?
Yes, indeed. He has a few results under his belt, although only 11th here last year. But 3rd at the 3-star in Fieberbrunn and 2nd at the 2-star in La Rosière, France.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Nice.
Oh no! Coming up short.
Well, go big or go home.
Yeah.
Poltelosa out of Spain. Ooh. The 15-year-old, one of our 2 15-year-olds in the field.
Going into that much rockier section that our current leader took, but gets a little hung up. It's not easy to go through there with fluidity for sure.
No, especially not in snow conditions as they are, or with the visibility as it is today either.
Yeah, it takes a lot of commitment, and you're willing to gamble it a bit, which is tough. But yeah, making his way through. But of course, it's going to be compared to other people that's gone through there, and then was probably not as fast.
No, definitely not. Still Paul at 15 years young, placed 5th at the 3-star event in Chamonix-Mont-Blanc, so he does have some talent, and on the day can do some damage, but I don't think today is his day. Definitely not for a spot on the podium in any case. Not taking anything away from the youngster, though.
No, still stayed on his feet. Solid rider so far, except just getting a little bit hung up in the beginning.
Showing a bit of style off that rock.
Oh.
Ooh.
And yeah, there it is.
Trying a little bit too hard.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, it's really trying for it. He sees a takeoff that should work, but maybe the snow gives away a little bit. Hit rock or moss and just get hung up. But yeah, you gotta try. He's probably gonna make his way down. Finding some more.
Ooh, looking for one last feature and just getting a little bit distracted.
Vegetation there.
Yeah.
This might.
Oh,
That flat drop.
And that flat landing.
GoPro's still there. I do that too.
Thank
Check
goodness.
the GoPro.
Yeah, make sure the camera's still there. We need to get the
While
footage
I'm
to the
tomahawking.
sponsors.
Unfortunate. You can see it taking some heavy landings, giving the way the camera is pointing.
Well, 10 points in the 20th spot.
You gotta try.
Paul Tejosa out of Spain. Finn Anderson, one of our pack of Americans. Finn is 17 years old. He's one of the outsiders of the crew, of the American crew, though. 31st on the rankings for the Americas.
I'm gonna claim Swedish heritage on this guy. He spells Anderson with 2 S.
With 2 S's, yeah, definitely. Well, you know, America, great melting pot.
Yeah. Oh, nice. He took it from a little higher shelf there. Nice transfer. Another one. Get some good air. Yeah.
Sending it. Well, Finn, who has never had his best result ever. He's got 2 5th-place finishes in 2-star events in the North American Freeride Series.
It's good riding so far. See what he can find here at the bottom, where it's a little bit more challenging takeoffs and landings now. A lot of tracks.
Still banging his poles together. He's still looking
Yeah.
amped.
Probably telling himself, like, come on, all right, let's finish this. He's going for the double. The key here is to do it with some speed.
And to find an untracked landing, and unfortunately, that is not the case.
It was right there when the most traffic has been. It's
especially at the end of the field.
bombed out. Yeah.
He did not land in the bomb hole with the exposed spruce pine, but
Yeah, close enough.
But close enough. That's exactly it. So
he did it the right way, though. You have to point it like that.
yeah, still a solid performance from Finn Anderson.
Yep.
17-year-old out of the United States of America.
Like I said, a lot of Americans.
Just stay here.
60 points. And 13th position, Tomas Moreno out of Andorra, one of the 2 local boys. He's on course, 23rd place finish here last year in Grandvalira at these Freeride Junior World Championships.
See where he's planning on heading. He looks like, yeah, he's gonna try to make it over to. Nice air there. Won't look his left side. Decide to just point it to get. Oh, and it did cost him.
Yeah,
He was wanting to get to where he wanted to be in a hurry. And then compression.
And as we've said numerous times today, that's usually the easiest part of this race.
Yeah, it
on
is.
a Bluebird powder day. Today is one of the most difficult.
Yeah, it's often Bluebird here, but
no, it is. I mean, and it was up until the contest, and as we saw in the highlights reel at the beginning of the show from last year and years past, this being the 3rd edition, of the Freeride Junior World Champs here in Grandvalira.
Yeah, still going for the double with losing control on the first one, and yeah, there's not much you can do. Just glad to miss whatever that is in the landing.
Yeah, but as we've seen the fantastic snow conditions here in the past, we do need overcast, snowy days to have the bluebird powder days as well, and there's plenty of fantastic free riding here in the Principality of Andorra when the sun does come out, and it does shine quite a bit here in the Pyrenees.
That's usually what I think about when I think Andorra. Sunshine and skiing.
And some really fun terrain.
Yeah.
And a 20th place finish for Tomas Moreno. Getting down to the business end of the men's ski category, Martin Kogler out of Austria.
Yep.
On course, 17 years old, 19th place here last year.
He's also trying to stay high to get to that lookish left-hand side, it looks like. So still using the terrain quite well on the way there. See if it takes this long drop that Raskins tried, and yeah, it makes it. Took a little bit more skiish left, so we avoided that pointy rock that was sticking up that took Raskins out.
And successfully negotiates the abyss.
Yeah, so the big rollover rolls over much more than I imagined before. A big part of it is just navigation on contest. That's one of the hardest part, and these guys did not get that much time to inspect.
Now when you move the contest forward by 24 hours,
yeah,
automatically lessens the opportunities to inspect the face beforehand. But we've seen the talent level of the junior riders, because it really has not affected the performances that much at all.
You should be happy with that run.
That was solid. Well, there we go. He's a perfectionist, though. Reading that body language once again.
It's the Austrian way.
That's exactly it.
Yeah, you gotta be self-critical. It's like, I could have done that better, but I think he should be happy. Definitely.
Here we go. Top 10 finish so far for Martin Kogler. And Solomon Sol Butler out of Canada. On course now, 18 years old. And his first time competing here at the Freeride Junior World Champs in Grandvalira, Andorra as well.
So staying high in the beginning here. Probably wants to get out to the same zone as we've seen a few riders lately go to. Oh yeah,
ooh, sending it with speed. I like to see that.
No problem there. That's the way to do it.
Straight lining his way off that landing halfway through the abyss. As
Yeah,
he makes
that's the thing. Straight lining
the way
into
to do
the
it.
abyss.
Yes.
just be ready for. Have soft knees.
Exactly. I hope the judges have given him some extra points for that.
Yeah. He doesn't care. Let's just go for it.
No doubt. So one nice lengthy jump up top.
That's a little bit difficult to see right now.
From our standpoint anyways, hopefully the visibility is a tiny bit better for him.
Yeah, we got this little high. Oh, look at that.
Our first rotation of the day. It sticks it clean, that
Stomps
360.
it. That's what we like to see. Yeah, it hasn't been much trickery, but I understand why. It's hard enough.
Yeah, to say the least. That is an understatement. I can totally understand why nobody has been throwing down any rotations.
I like this body language after too, or actually the lack of. It's like, yeah, that's pretty standard for me.
No doubt.
That was cool.
Okay, so two very solid jumps up top, and, and a third little exclamation point down the bottom for Sol Butler.
First spin, so I'm curious to see what the judges is going to do with that.
Wow,
oh, there we
A
go.
lot, 82.33 points, and stepping onto the podium for the moment is Canada's Sol Butler. very good chance of staying there. Ben Hotter out of Austria. The second of our 2 Austrians, 17-year-old. And another one of those guys, an outsider, at least rankings-wise, coming into the event in the 25th spot.
There's so much shark in this zone.
Oh.
You have to tread lightly. Yeah, taking a little easier there, and then starts opening it up. Gets through.
Showing a bit of his race background, perhaps.
Yeah.
Competing in a few slalom events.
Yeah, for sure.
As a youngster before heading out on the
Freeride
Freeride return. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, nice.
Come on. Yeah.
There we go.
Thought it might be a bit bigger, but well controlled in any case.
Yeah, for sure. And it's really staying up high on the Lucas right side, so he has to make something out of it, of course, making a kind of a big traverse like that. But I'm sure he has something lined up. There's a lot of terrain that's not been used out on that side, and as you can see, there's definitely stuff to do in there.
It is a big face, and that's a great way to make it through the abyss unscathed as well.
Yeah.
Interested to see what he has in store for us.
Tough mentally to have seen no other competitors go into your zone before you. I mean, one way you're happy, but at the other hand, it's like, why? Why hasn't anyone else gone there?
Exactly. I'm sure he has a reason.
Yeah. My guess, he has to scope something at the bottom section of that he really wants to get to. And of course, he finds the spot that is not roped off.
And that's pretty much the biggest cliff that we've seen so far today, but having to stop like that is not...
And walk out of it.
Going to impress the judges at all.
No, they don't really like to see that. I'm sure, I mean, they're happy that he walked out. That was a sizable cliff with a less than ideal landing. He was probably aiming for something else down there, but of course, after that long of a traverse, it's easy to not hit the right.
What you wanted to.
Yeah, exactly. Risky, but it could have paid off. But unfortunately today,
it was not his day. So Ben Hutter will...
No tracks though.
No, exactly. Yeah, fresh tracks at least.
Yeah.
And he's only 17 years old, so he can come back next year and try it again.
Yeah. But yeah, stepping out is always expensive.
There's always a risk to that. 50 points, 19th position. Luke Lister out of Canada. One of our last riders in, 17 years old. Another rider with only one podium result from the 2016 season, a second place at the Jeep Junior Free Ski 2-star event.
Also going out to that more Lucas left. Taking it with speed and putting his back down a little bit there. It was a little bit hard to see it from that angle, but it looked a little too deep. That's probably gonna cost him.
Well, we've seen our top 3 skiers so far.
Yeah.
There's been no backslaps whatsoever.
Sure.
So at this point, the judges really will only be rewarding perfect runs.
Very committed though.
Yes, indeed. Now putting on a great show and you know, doing it with speed up there. That as well.
That from the top as well. Good landing. It looked like he had hit the right spot in that landing.
At this point, if he could take that, the landing on his first jump back.
Yeah, exactly.
He would be well on his way to a solid finish.
And yeah, pulling it together. But yeah, he knew he needed to speed off that double. Maybe it was a little bit too much, but yeah, pulled it together. Yeah, it will be a little bit too expensive.
Yeah, for sure. Well, still a solid performance. Good skiing from Luke Lister. Obviously, you can see a little bit disappointed, but hey.
Long day.
Yeah. 11th place with 66 points. Not too bad.
No.
Okay, looks like there are very few bibs left up on the top.
We got a
of
character.
The Pic Alt de Cubil here in Andorra today. This is one of the last. Leif Mumma. Don't Don't know how old he is.
Really railing those turns. This is excellent skiing. I like to see this. It's really putting it on edge.
Yeah, definitely not afraid.
No. Committed.
Yep.
He's in a nice drop there. Yeah, strong skiing.
Well done.
It's not just, you know, no side slipping really, it's just full edge.
That's a big compliment coming from you, my friend.
No! But why? Oh.
Oh, Leif.
Oh, Leif. Yeah. Again, flat light.
Yep.
Just maybe not pay attention for a second, or even then.
Or just bad luck.
Yeah, bad luck. Just too bad. It's like the style.
Yeah, really attacking.
Yeah.
The face the whole way down.
Which usually is the way to go, even if you don't see too good. It's at least you tend to ride a little bit better than being passive in a little back seat, because then it's hard to commit to anything really.
Yeah, and with a little luck you'll power through those bumps.
Exactly.
But Mr. Mama, unfortunately unlucky.
That is a goggle time though.
On the day. Yeah, he's spending a lot of time outdoors.
A bit jealous.
Yeah, there we go. 27, a big bail, so only 5 points.
That looked like it could hurt.
Hugo Hoff. Hugo Hoff. Out of France. One of our last minute entries. Young 17-year-old, 30th in the rankings. And when I say last minute entry, he wasn't even listed in the start list on the website.
One pulls it together and before the drop too.
But thank goodness he managed to make it, because putting on quite a show so far.
Definitely. Oh, this is tough without no speed. But yeah, managed it really well. It's cool to see how we pulled that together too. It shows like great technique. Even if it was a bit out of control, he managed to pull it together really quickly. When he really needed to, for sure.
And we'll see what the young Frenchman has for us down below as he makes his way down. Just let you know that he's had one podium finish last year at the ARC 1950 French 2-star event in Les Arcs, France.
Stomping that one.
Yes, indeed. Well, Hugo Hoff going off so far
definitely.
Here in Andorra.
Knows where he's going. See if he's intending to send one of these cliffs down here. It's definitely coming in with speed, but need to shut it down a little bit. Oh. Decides to head on.
Little shake of the head down at the bottom. It looks like he had something in mind, and he may have missed the feature that he wanted to hit down the bottom.
Coming in a little hot, you know, you wanna go in fast with confidence, and you do risk possibly going around your features. I imagine he had one more feature lined up at the bottom that he did not get.
Yeah, he looks a bit frustrated. 61 points and 16th position for the young man out of France.
Pretty tough environment to stand and wait.
No doubt. Hugo Troubat, another young Frenchman. 16 years old, so one of the youngest competitors in the field.
Doesn't look like it.
No, not at all. And has never had a podium finish on the Freeride Junior Tour. Could today be his day here in Grandvalira? Ooh, come on, kid.
Caught up, but yeah, planned those turns pretty well. Now is that a rotor wash maybe?
Wow, yeah, that was definitely from little unexpected difficulty thrown up by the helicopter hovering overhead.
It's part of the game, you know.
Exactly. he's handled it well. Handled it like a champion.
Yeah. No, I'm very amazed how these young boys and girls are riding. It's so cool to see. When I started, I mean, there were no such thing as junior free riding. Oh, yeah. Got a little caught up on the takeoff, I think. Tried to get some good air, but
tried to steady himself midair and just not quite the landing he was looking for. But could have been well worse than that.
For sure.
Also.
Yeah.
And that'll be it for Hugo Troubat out of France.
Not too bad about that landing there. It's tough too. I know the feeling in the air when you get caught up on something is just, oh.
Why me?
Why me? And why now?
Exactly. 19th position and 55 points for Hugo Troubat. And a fantastic day of riding here at the Freeride Junior World Championships 2017. Ross Tester, Solomon Butler, and Lorenzo Carbonato, US of A, Canada, and Italy in the top 3 spots. A fantastic day once again here at the Freeride Junior World Championships 2017 in Grandvalira, Andorra. Congratulations to all of our competitors in the ski and snowboard categories. Thanks for joining me, Reine.
Thank you. It's been a great day.
And best of luck as the Freeride World Tour continues here in Andorra from next weekend.
Thank you very much.
Goodbye, everyone. Adios, as they say in this part of the world.